All right, so there's gonna be a couple of tools that I'm gonna be using for this. I actually ordered this little filing tool from Amazon. So what this is a file that's at a 30-degree angle. So when you go to file your frets, you're not taking too much off, and that's pretty crucial when it comes to filing your frets down a little bit. But this one is a little bit cheap. I got this one for under 15 bucks on Amazon, and you know, as soon as I got it, this thing came off. But this is gonna work for my advantage because I can actually file everything flat first, then put it on this, and I can actually guide this. Now for this one, I just got a bunch of these little needle file sets from my local hardware store. Got them for like under 10 bucks, I think it was. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna do it because these things are not meant for you know, doing this kind of work. If you guys get the StewMac ones, those things are meant for guitar work, so it's meant for you not to scratch up your fretboard. But there's no teeth on the sides over here on their tools. But I've done a lot of trial and error, and you know, using this kind of stuff, you just have to be very careful, very careful. But it's doable with this, you know, working with little files like this from your local hardware store. I'm gonna use Scotch-Brite just because there's not that much. There's a little bit of a mess with this, but it's not as messy as steel wool. So this is what I'm going to be using for that. And to get those final scratches off, this part, I know a lot of people use different grit, but the way I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to be going from 400 to 600 to 1500 grit. It's not going to be as shiny as most of those other ones, but you know, this is all I was able to find. If you guys can find any higher grit or get the pads from Amazon, then go for it. But this is how I'm going to be doing them. So like I said in that video, these are a little bit sharp, but I don't think it was, you know, that it came out of the factory like that. I just think it's that since the fact that it's winter, the wood must have shrunk because metal doesn't shrink. So this stays the same and the wood shrinks. So they're just sticking out just a tad bit. So I'm just going to tackle these and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do it. You guys can tape this off if you guys want to. I'm not going to tape it off. But what you guys want to do is just go on the direction this way, like this. You're just going to go straight across because you're going to feel that tension of the frets. So I'm just going to go straight across from it. Okay, so I gave this around probably like 10 passes, right? And it already feels a million times better. Like they're not sticking out at all. It doesn't take much, that's the thing. So on this side, I don't think I showed you guys up close, but they're sticking out. Just give it a 1, 2 until they're flat. So I'm gonna do this side now. I just finished doing that, and what I'm gonna do now is actually put this on this. I'm gonna pass this because these are pretty razor sharp right now. So what I'm gonna do is just pass this over the top. All right, so that doesn't really take much, but as you guys can see right here, you see the edges right there? You know, these are pretty razor sharp, so we're going to have to round those out a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do now is just round these out. And the way I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to try to like round it over without touching the fretboard because again, like I said, these little tools, they have teeth on this. Now you could take it to the grinder, grind it flat. If you guys don't have a grinder, that's a different story, but that's what I'm saying. Just gonna go 1, 2, probably 3 passes, maybe 4. Yeah, 4 looks good. Same thing this way, but you're going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's not perfect looking because I still need to, you know, round it out just a little bit. But you're just taking off the edges because you see these, they're all flat pointed out. You want to round them out. See it? Right there. This one's pointy going that way, and this one's starting to get a little bit more rounder. Just gonna time lapse this and then show you guys what that looks like at the end. So, as you guys can see here, these are a little bit more rounder than these down here. So the way I was doing this was, I wasn't trying to touch the board. I was like just trying to be on top of it and rolling it like downwards. Kind of lay it next to it, not on the board, but next to, like right on top of the fret. Go into it, but come up. Like you're gonna come like around and up. So if you're doing it this way, you're gonna go down, but like you're kind of like pushing it up around this way. I don't know if that's explaining it good for you guys, but I'm just gonna pass this Scotch-Brite along this whole thing, back and forth. You guys could use steel wool, like I said, but you know this is a lot. It's messy, but it's not as messy. This is to remove the scratching that we did with the tool. So let's start off here with 400. Work my way up to 1500, just because that's all I have. Obviously, you guys can start at 1000 and go up, but this is what I have here, and this is what I'm just gonna do. Final step that I like to do is use some of this fret polish frin from using Nomad, just to polish these things out real nice. All right, so this is how these came out. You know, these are not professionally done, like I said, but you know, from what they were to what they are now, they look a million times better. And It's all about the feel. That's the thing. You know, they're gonna get the job done. You know, I have no fret ends sticking out, no nothing. So it's like very smooth. Now they're rounded out, not perfectly, but they're rounded out pretty good. Like I know there's a million other videos out there you guys can watch, you know, professional videos. But I'm doing this just in case, you know, somebody doesn't have, you know, these luthier expensive tools and all this crazy stuff. I'm just doing it, you know, on a budget. Like I said, I got this from Amazon, and this thing, you guys don't really even need this thing. You guys could just buy this file at your local hardware store and just go at it. But the good thing about this is that it gives you that 30-degree angle, so you know you're not going too flat. You know, you're not going too flat, and you're gonna start rounding out your fret like too flat, and your string starts to jump out of the fret. I'm gonna leave all the links in the description down below for all the stuff that I used on this video. Like I just showed you guys, you know, it does get the job done. You know, it's not like it's not gonna get the job done. So I hope you guys found this video useful and helpful in any way, shape, or form. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because this is all I do on my channel. Guitar reviews, guitar builds, wiring stuff, anything guitar related. That's all I do here. And with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one.